As a future van lifer, I'm curious to know how you do number 2 in the middle of the night. Any advice or secrets? Okay. Any plans to travel with another cat? That's very funny that you mentioned that because what's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Mateo, and I travel full-time in this self-converted 2001 Ford E250, and today we are doing a Q&A, but not just any normal Q&A. We are doing a truth or shot. So, yeah. I've got a cup of Christmas cheer here, and I have a bunch of questions. Yeah, so yeah. Hopefully you guys can see me all right in here, and I'm on a weird chair right now, so please ignore the extra noises. But I say let's just get straight into it and start answering some questions. Why did I do this again? Yeah, I've got questions opened up on YouTube and on Instagram, and we are going to read through them all. Not all of them, obviously. We'll be here all night. I'm pretty much just gonna read some random questions. I'm gonna try to skip the ones that have been answered already, so that we can keep this interesting. But yeah, I'm just gonna randomly pick one. Dear God. Let me try that again. Not yet. Okay, first question is by someone named Seftron, and they asked me if I can kickflip. The answer to that is yes, I actually can kickflip. I've been skateboarding since God. I've been skateboarding since I was probably like 12. Is when I got my first skateboard. I think it was like a cheap one from, I think, the CVS. It was like a small one from the CVS, not a penny board. It was like a normal skateboard, but it was just small, and it was like $10. I paid my mom for it, and she got it for me, and it was impossible to learn how to skate on, but I got my bearings. But I skated all throughout high school. I stopped kind of after high school ended, and I'm getting back into it now because it's just a thing that I love, and I really want to get. I want to get as good as I want to get the best I've ever been at skateboarding over the next couple years. That's my goal. So yeah, I can still do a kickflip. I can do a heel flip. I can do a varial kick. I can do pop shove-its, normal shove-its. I mean, there's a few tricks that I can do. I might not win a game of skate, but I won't lose terribly. Okay, next question. You guys are ridiculous. You guys are ridiculous. Good lord. Okay, I just want to. Okay, I'm gonna read it first, and I'm gonna read your name too. So the Jamar said, pick who you would date, marry, or and pass. Why are we starting? We're starting off this. Okay. It's saying date, marry, or pass between Alyssa Vanilla, Valora, and Dolly. I'd like to first start out by saying that those are all amazing people. Those are my friends, and I care about them dearly. So I'm not gonna answer this question. It just seems, I don't know. That's not a question that I would ever answer. Like, even that's not a question that I'm the kind of person that answers. That's so yeah. I guess this is the first cheers. But yeah, I love all of my friends. Yeah. So the first cheers of the night. Cheers. Ooh, that is very viscous. if we do this, we're doing mulled wine. Also, I'm probably not doing this next year. You guys are crazy. Next question says, have you ever been blackout drunk? At the rate of these questions, you guys might see the answer to that. But no, seriously, probably, but also maybe not. I mean, I I'm not I definitely like had a party phase in my like early 20s. I think we all did. So, I mean, probably, I'll say probably. That's safe to say. Okay, the next question is from Mary Watkins. Hi, Mateo. How long do you think you'll stay on the road? How do you envision yourself after van life? That's a great question. That's always changing in my mind because that's just how life works. But I still do not think I've really scratched the surface of what van life has to offer me. That being said, I obviously like do have plans for the future. I don't want to live in a van forever, but I also won't. I probably will never just like straight up cut van life off. That's not a thing that I think I would do because this life has introduced me to such an incredible world that, quite frankly, I would have never been a part of if not for like beginning van life. So, um, I love doing van life so much. It's one of the greatest things I've ever done. If not the greatest thing that I've ever embarked on. Um, but yeah, I mean, obviously, I do want to at some point try something else. All right, I just turned the flash on the camera off because it was honestly blinding me. It was making it really hard to look at that and then see the screen. It was like a white spot. So hopefully you guys can still see me all right with my lights on. Yeah, also dig the Christmas lights and the Christmas tree. If you can see that, I'll show you better in a little bit. But next question. Was it hard training Lars on a leash? Our cats hate leashes. I've talked about this a little bit before. It was actually really easy to train Lars on a leash. And by train, I mean, Lars is as trained as a cat with no like strict training goes. And the reason for that is when I first got Lars, I put a harness on him for like 2 weeks straight. I just did not take it off. He woke up with it on. He ate food with it on. We played with him with it on. He slept with it on for 2 weeks straight. By the end of that 2 weeks, he was perfectly fine with the harness being on him. That's the reason why now I can like put jackets on him and stuff, and he doesn't try to like get them off. And leash training went in tandem with like car training, like putting him in the car. Sometimes while I was doing like DoorDash and stuff, I would just bring him and he got used to being in a vehicle. And this was before I even knew I was going to do van life. So yeah, I just but honestly, to not give myself too much credit, Lars is a very, very chill cat that took to everything. He takes to everything so quickly. Training, leashes, van life. So all credit due to Lars. But yeah, that's just what I did. Okay, next question is from Gretchen Johnson. Of all the cities that you have been to, what are your top 3 and why? That's a great question. I don't think about the cities too much. But if I like off the top of my head, I'm gonna go Raleigh/Durham, North Carolina area. And that's because I have a lot of friends there. I love North Carolina. It's like it has a lot of things that like Oregon has. It has like the beaches, it has like the mountainous areas. And yeah, the vibe there is always good. I got friends there, so Raleigh/Raleigh, Raleigh/Durham, North Carolina. That's one of them. And I recently went to New Haven, Connecticut, on Halloween with my friend Valora. We both thought that like New Haven would be like a Gilmore Girl kind of town, Hallmark kind of town. But if you guys remember when we pulled up at night during Halloween, it was like lit. Like it was so lit. I had no idea that like New Haven, Connecticut, or Connecticut in general was that lit. But I liked the area a lot. When we first got to New Haven, we like went to 3 different places and everybody was super nice. It was kind of uncanny. So I think, yeah, New Haven is a brilliant, beautiful place. And lastly, I'd have to say, I can't give like a town, just like the coastal Pacific area in general. That includes like Northern California, Oregon, and Washington. Although kind of less Washington, I'm more partial to like Northern California and like Oregon on the like coastal side. Um, that's not really answering the question, so I guess I have to take a drink. But that's the best I can answer it. It's good. It's just a lot. Okay, this I'm gonna have to drink. This is a 4-part. Also, I'm literally just scrolling and then picking one, which is a bad way to. Okay, question number 1 of 4. Do you ever see yourself traveling outside the country? Yes. That's all I'll say. The next question is crazy. Have you ever played Twister inside of Gossamer? Gossamer, if you guys don't know, is the name of my van, and Twister was a euphemism. Question number 3. How'd you get into music? That's a good question. So me getting into music started in 2005. I remember getting ready for school, and I was like watching like MTV or VH1, one of those channels that I don't know if exist anymore, but I was watching one of those channels, and there's music playing and stuff, and I had just really gotten into music like in 2003, 4. And I hear this song start playing, and I look up at the screen, and like the music video is super chill, and the song that I'm hearing is called Lazy Eye by the Silver Sun Pickups. And it's just like such a dreamy song. And at this point, I had never heard anything like that. Like, never. So I was like off the bat captivated. And I, I hear the guitar in this song, and it sounds like so distorted and like melodic. It's something I never heard. So like, after hearing that song, I was like, I need to learn how to play the guitar and learn how to do that. So like, I remember I traded my skateboard at school for a acoustic guitar, and I didn't know anything about guitar tuning. I didn't know there was a way to tune the guitars. In fact, my first time trying to play the guitar, it took me like a week because I didn't realize that you were supposed to push the strings down. I would just put my fingers over them, and like it wouldn't do anything because I had no guidance, no teacher whatsoever. I taught myself how to play every song off of the Silver Sun Pickups album by ear on a untuned acoustic guitar. And but the next year I first ever heard the band Taking Back Sunday, and hearing them, like, I was like, I need to start a band. So I started a rock band and did that for like all throughout high school. And then, yeah, after high school, I did more like acoustic and hip hop stuff. And then I moved to LA, and here I am now. Next question part 4. I forgot we're still doing this. Part 4 is, what inspired you to do van life in the first place? I guess I'll say the people. I was watching a lot of, it's so crazy because I was watching people that I am friends with today. I was watching Julia. I was watching Madeline. I was watching Alyssa Vanilla. And I was watching like Ryan Toomey and yeah, people like that. And shout out to Abia Benyay. I was watching her a lot when she was doing her full-time van life stuff. So yeah, there was a lot of inspirations of people that I watched. But yeah, van life just kind of happened. Who's your favorite van lifer? And then they go on to say, you and Trent the Traveler are my fave. Trent is dope. I'm actually hoping to meet up with him in the future. Trent the Traveler, I watch him a lot. I watch Ryan Toomey. Currently, besides those two, I really only watch like people that I know, that I like hang out with. So I still keep up with like, Alyssa Vanilla, Madeline, Emma and-BusBus. Yeah, so those are my favorite van lifers. Are the people who are my actual friends. Have fun. Drive safe and sober. Watch out for the crazy drivers on this holiday week. Luckily for me, I am like 100 miles at least away from the nearest like major highway or anything like that. I am in the middle of nowhere. Can we meet your mom and dad? And also, who is your favorite YouTuber and why? Okay, first question. My mom does not have a YouTube. She's thinking about getting one at some point. My dad does have a YouTube, and I'll put the name right here, also in the description. My dad does part-time van life, so you guys want to go check that out, go over there, be nice, be the beautiful community that I know that you guys are. Show some love. Yeah, my favorite YouTuber. I have 3 YouTubers that I watch like every single week, like my television. And so that's what I'll just answer that. Hive Mind TV is like, they are like a comedy duo and they do like music trivia, stuff like that. I watch them all the time. Like, they are hilarious. They just remind me of like my friends growing up and stuff. And yeah, I would love to like meet them one day. But yeah, Hive Mind TV, Papa Meat / Creepcast. Papa Meat is a YouTuber. He does like horror content, but also like comedy and like review stuff. And he also does a show called Creepcast where he like reads scary stories with his co-host. That guy's awesome. And then Bose versus the World. If you guys don't know who Bose is, I believe she was the first true crime YouTuber or true crime like reactor. She does like true crime stuff, or she'll like research super heavy into it and like just like do stuff like that. She also does like the body cam videos and stuff like that. It's like a good spread of types of stuff to watch, and that's like the main stuff that I digest on YouTube, besides like my friends who are doing van life and stuff like that. But yeah. How many miles are on your new van? Okay, so as you guys know, or if you don't know, I just got Gossamer this year in January. I got Gossamer from a wonderful, lovely woman named Carrie who watches the channel, and she had a van that she hadn't driven in, I think, 12 years. It was just like at her house, not being driven. And she saw me on my channel in my little Astro van, and she reached out to me offering to gift me this van. It did need like a few $1,000s worth of repairs on it, which I did this year, as you guys may have seen. But besides that, it's a like perfectly good van, and I got it with I think 7,000 miles on it. And right now, and those are like original miles, like original. And right now, I believe it has like 28,000. So we put like 21,000 miles on it this year alone. We've been driving a lot, but yeah. That's around how many miles are on Gossamer. Next question. Is there someone special in your life that you want to spend more time with? Absolutely. Absolutely. I think life is all about spending time with people that you love. And as a van lifer who, if I'm being completely honest, like I love my alone time so much. It might be just that I've always been kind of like a loner. Might be that I'm a Capricorn. It might be a mix of things, but I've always enjoyed my alone time. And that makes time with my loved ones even more special. Like, I don't see my family too much. I see them like I've been able to see them every year for the past couple years, which has been awesome. In fact, this year I've seen them a couple times, but not seeing them for a while and then seeing them, I don't know, it just always has like, it makes me cherish the time more. And that goes the same for like the friends that I meet on the road, etc. I'm sure you wanted me to answer that a different way, but haha. I dare you to make a video of you cooking a Puerto Rican dish. I would love to. Challenge accepted. I've been wanting to make Dolly made fun of me for how I pronounced it the other day. Mofongo, if that's how it's pronounced. I've been wanting to make that for quite some time now. So yeah, that's not a question, but challenge accepted. Next question, are you going to snowboard again? Absolutely. Snowboarding, man, like, it's exhausting. It's a full body workout. But that was one of the most fun things I think I've ever done in my entire life. And I definitely plan on snowboarding again before the winter season is over. I'll say that much. Next question. If you won the lottery, millions, would you continue van life? And would you upgrade your van? If I won the lottery, millions of dollars, would I still be living in my van right now? Truthfully, yes. Truthfully, if I had like $10 million right now, I would still be living in my van right now because, as I said before, I don't feel done with this life. And I think when I do, I'll know what the next step is, and I don't know that next step yet. So yeah, if I had millions of dollars, I wouldn't just like throw my money at like an apartment or like a random house or a random piece of land that I'm not sure about. I still want to feel that all out. So yeah, I would absolutely still be living in my van if I had millions of dollars, which I don't. This next question says, have you ever spelt with someone in your van? Spelt, that's what they put. S-P-E-L-T. Have I ever spelt with anyone in my van? Well, I try to teach Lars his ABCs. Not really going too well. But I can't say I've ever spelt with anyone in my van, no. That's what spell check is for, people. You had a shot. You had a chance to make me drink. But yeah. Next question. Who'd you vote for? Ha ha ha. Drink up, buddy. Fair enough. Any plans to travel with another cat? That's very funny that you mentioned that because I actually, technically, I already am. And I haven't introduced you guys, so that's my fault. That's my fault. I definitely have not introduced you guys, and you're about to meet our traveling companion. Isn't it adorable? This is a crocheted Lars made by my sister, who has a YouTube channel called She Can Do All Things, and it is the cutest little thing in the world. She made it for me right before I left Alabama, and well, we both had the idea of making a giveaway on her channel that you can win your very own Lars crocheted cat. All you got to do is go to She Can Do All Things, subscribe, turn on the notifications, and keep up because she's going to be announcing the giveaway any day now. So yeah, technically this is a cat that I am now traveling on the road with. But in all seriousness, I've had Lars now for 3.5 years. He's always been a extremely independent cat. He's never taken super well to other cats though. Um, and in such a small space, I feel as the person who's known him his entire life, he is a very content cat. We play, we explore. He doesn't seem to want another companion, and I don't want to like thrust one upon him. I do think that if and when I get property, I would like to have another cat, but that's all in due time. And also, I'd still have to check with Lars, but I don't think he would enjoy another cat being in this van at all. Also, neither would I. It's just way too small of a space for me personally to have two cats with completely different attitudes and schedules. And yeah, that sounds not fun at all. But in the future, I would love to get Lars a little brother or sister. Hi, Mateo. Love the channel and the content. As a fellow music producer and engineer, what is your dream gear setup? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. My dream gear setup. MPC 2000. Um, I haven't thought about this in a minute. I'm not gonna lie. I've actually been like thinking of like smaller setups so I can actually like fit them while I'm traveling. Um, I haven't been in a big enough space to really have put much thought into what I want. I know that when I get my property, I want to have a bunch of instruments. Um, I want to have a harp. I want to have a piano. I want to have a upright bass. I want to have like so many instruments and just its own. I want them to have their own room, a music room. But as far as equipment, God, I honestly can't give much thought into that right now. I could probably answer that more when I get more back into my craft. But right now, I'm kind of cool with what I got, which is this laptop, my Focusrite 2i2, and my baby bottle blue mic. That's kind of all I got right now, and it's been working. Um, Great question though. My question is, do you and Lars have a goal set for 2025? Any new places in mind? Any thoughts of more meet and greets? Thinking of any new destinations you can do a food show for us? Um, I definitely have a bunch of goals for 2025. Uh, Destinations, I can't really get into that right now. It's kind of a surprise, so I guess I'll take a shot for that. 2025 is going to be crazy, guys. That's all I can say. Next question. Would you ever be willing to give up van life for a relationship? Now, I feel like that's a loaded question because, like, what exactly do you mean? Like, are you asking if I was in a relationship with a person who was not doing van life, would I leave van life to be with that person? If that's the question, which I think is probably what the question is, no, I don't think that's a necessary response necessarily. I think things can work out. As a nomad, I feel like there's a difference between like being a nomad and being a nomad at heart that I think you should take into consideration. Like sometimes there's like a thing where like someone's traveling a lot and the other person needs that constant of the person being with them like 24/7 or like every single day, and that's just not a person that I think I would vibe with in general. So to answer that question, no. As a future van lifer, I'm curious to know how you do number two in the middle of the night. Any advice or secrets? Okay. I don't think I answered this question last year, but things are different. I've been doing this for 2 years now. There's no shame in answering this question. So I used to, you guys may have seen it in this van. I had a Dometic toilet, which I drove around in for like months without using it. So much to the point where I was like, I don't need this. I really don't need this thing at all. So I left that at my sister's house. It still hadn't been used because when I'm in a place like where I am right now, which is in the middle of nowhere, it's so easy to just put on your headlamp, grab a little shovel, go out into the woods, do your business. But to be honest, if I'm at a place that's like, if I'm doing urban camping, stealth camping, and I'm like having to use the bathroom in the middle of the night, in that case, honestly, like a trash bag will do the trick. It's really not a big deal. I actually just traded my I traded my Dometic toilet for this thing, which is a chair. It's a chair first, but also it can open up into a little like cassette kind of toilet thing. You can put like a bag in there, do your business, take the bag out, discard of the bag, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, hopefully that wasn't TMI, but you asked. What are some goals for your channel besides more subscribers in general? That's a great question. I really want to like fine tune what I do. I feel like I still don't have a specific view for this channel, and I'm just kind of just like doing whatever feels right. But I feel like I definitely want to hone in my skills, like make everything look better, sound better. I want you guys to have a good experience whenever you click on one of my videos. So I'm still working on my craft. I'm still trying to evolve. I'm trying to avoid getting stagnant. I'm trying to avoid getting complacent with what I put out, which is why I challenge myself to do Vlogmas, and not just do Vlogmas where I just like give like a little small video or something really quick and easy. I wanted to give you guys, for the most part, like full-length vlogs. That's been a challenge in and of itself. Waking up every day, creating like an idea of what I should do, film, getting the angles, recording it all, putting it all on my GoPro, on my iPhone, importing it all, editing it all. Yeah, that's been a huge challenge. But honestly, it's been reminding me of like the things that I love about being a creator, and it's been pushing me, so I can't complain. The next two questions in a row are the exact same question pretty much, so I'll just answer them. Do you indulge in the ganja? A lot of people think that I do because of my dreads, or maybe because of my, like, I don't know, chillness, or a mixture of both. Truth be told, no, I don't. It's not a thing that has ever been for me personally. I don't mind it if like people around me do it, but it's just not a thing that I partake in. So yeah. Mystery solved. What is your favorite track on G&X by Kendrick Lamar? I've been loving that album so much this year. Favorite song off of G&X. What is it? My favorite song right now is probably Hey Now. Just because like it's got an amazing Cali swing to it. I love Kendrick's verses. The sonics towards the end of his like verse really remind me of like the soundscaping and like the sonic textures on Mr. Morale album, which is easily becoming my favorite Kendrick Lamar album. But so yeah, probably Hey Now. Besides that, I think Luther's beautiful. I think Dodger Blues, that's probably my number 2 for sure. Gloria's beautiful. It's a great album. The only song that I don't really care for personally, and it's still good, but it's not like my go-to, is probably Reincarnated. But yeah, it's a great album. Have you ever tried Tibetan food? If not, definitely give momos a try. I don't know what momos is. I also have never tried Tibetan food, but I would love to. I want to try every cuisine I can possibly try in my lifetime. That's a goal. So yeah, Tibetan food. I would love to go to Tibet and try Tibetan food. That's something that I really want to try the foods that I love where they're from, you know? Because I feel like that's an experience that like not a lot of people can say that they've had, and I definitely want to have that experience in my lifetime. Is there a romantic connection between you and Dolly? Um, God, a lot of these questions I'm trying to get through some normal ones. A lot of these questions are about the same kind of thing. Who is Lars's favorite actor? I don't know how to answer that. I don't know how to answer that at all. I guess technically me. I guess this is technically acting. I technically I don't know. I mean me probably. I guess if that counts. Do you have a crush on any of the ladies featured in your videos? What would be your top 5 songs of the year? That actually goes into the next question, which is show us your Spotify Wrapped. I'm not going to show you my Spotify Wrapped, but I can tell you what's on it. So my top 5 songs of the year were Euphoria by Kendrick Lamar, Chihiro by Billie Eilish, Sadness as a Gift by Adrian Lenker, uh, Sarah by Alex G, and I Was All Over Her by Salvia Palf. Those are all amazing songs. Euphoria, definitely my number one listen to song this entire year. I think that song is just, I don't know, like I think outside of it being a diss song, I still think that's one of Kendrick Lamar's best songs of all time. Chihiro by Billie Eilish is just incredible. The vibes are there. Sadness as a Gift by Adrian Linker. No matter what kind of music you listen to, after this video, go listen to Sadness as a Gift by Adrian Linker and tell me you don't feel something. You can't. Sarah by Alex G is just a great song. I love Alex G in general. He was my number one most listened to artist this year. I think I was in his top 0.5%. I listen to Alex G like every single day. And yeah, I Was All Over Her by Salvia Palf. Great song. So yeah, those are my top songs of the year and also my most listened to artists. Do you plan on finishing your build for your van? I'm not sure if y'all heard that, but there are wild donkeys outside of my van right now. Um, but yeah, you plan on finishing the build in your van? I do, as I've said before. I want to do something different with the roof. Maybe get a higher roof. Um, I might honestly be thinking about doing an entirely new fan build, like from the ground up, pretty much. Um, it all depends, but I definitely want to do something new with the vibe in here. I kind of did like a rush job. I was really hating the fact that I was doing my van build in like 90-degree weather. That was the worst. And I was really like hoping to get back on the road. So I definitely did rush through a lot of things. More specifically, my roof, I definitely do plan on getting that taken care of soon. And then getting my power situation done. And honestly, after that, I could probably chill with this current van build for a while. Once those things are done, when I have adequate power and adequate space. But yeah, I do have like other ideas for van builds and stuff. What were the sleeping arrangements? What were the sleeping arrangements when your friend Dolly spent when you guys stayed in the van together? Um, Jesus. All these questions are so hard to. I will be wasted if I read all these questions because there's no way I'm answering. And you guys know that. There's no way I'm answering all these freaking questions. Who do you think is the best at cooking between you and your sister? Would you ever consider doing a cook-off with her? Huh. I think my sister's really good at cooking. Like, the things that my sister makes, specifically the things that she cooks, I can't cook those things as well as she can. But in that same way, the things that I cook, she doesn't cook those things normally. So, like, where she'll make, like, an amazing, like, roast, some amazing, greens, some amazing macaroni, and I can make pretty good versions of those, but it doesn't come like, for me, like, I'm more of like a Spanish, Italian, and like Asian kind of cuisine person. Um, so those are the things that I really cook, that I really like come naturally. So I guess I think we're both really good at cooking. If we did a competition, it depends on what the competition was. If it was making like mac and cheese or like a soul food meal, I wouldn't stand a chance. If it was like making pizza from scratch, I would take that. So take that how you will. But doing a cook-off, I definitely do want to do like cook-offs for charity at some point. I feel like that's a thing that I could really put a lot of passion into. Both for the fact that it's about cooking and the charity. So that's a thing that I want to do at some point in my future as a creator here. What do you think about your channel? Do you think it's growing? Are you happy with the numbers you get, or do you think there's more that could be done? That's a really good, like, existential, like, self-reflecting question. I think if you asked 2 year ago me, if I thought that in 2 years I'd be about to hit 100,000 subscribers, I would call you crazy. Because if you guys don't know or don't remember, when I first started this channel, which was 2 years ago in December, my goal for the entire year, my entire first year, was to get 1,000 subscribers. 1,000. So, yeah, if you told me in 2 years I would almost multiply that by 100, I would say you're crazy. So I definitely am happy with my channel's growth. I definitely do want to I really always want to do the best that I can to make sure it stays healthy and I stay growing and I don't stagnate. So yeah, I still want to like evolve and push myself. Those are things that I never want to stop doing. Next question, any love life? I have a lot of love in my life. I love my life. Next, have you had a kiss this year? I kiss Lars all the time, but I'll take a drink. Do you have any advice for wanting to move into my DIY built SUV? Advice? I don't know. When I think SUV life, I think of my friend Emma and and-BusBus. She has a smaller vehicle. I'd say go check her out and maybe see what she does. She gets into a lot of cool stuff. But yeah, good luck to you. Your voice is worth money, especially your laugh. Has anyone ever approached you about that? You are already multi-talented, just curious. Thank you so much. It's really funny because the last person I was talking to asked me if I did like radio, which is for me kind of crazy because I've never been confident in my voice, my speaking voice or my singing voice up until recent years. Um, Growing up, I was in speech therapy for years because of a bad stutter that I still have to this day. I kind of try to hide it, but it pops out a lot. um, so I was never really confident in my speaking voice or my singing voice until recent years, where I've been like getting more confident in it. My singing voice specifically, I'd have to thank artists like Moses Sumney. Okay. Artists like Moses Sumney who have like made like I feel like I was very like close voice type to him, and like listening to his music and trying to sing his music has really helped me find my own voice more. So yeah, thank you. I've never been approached like by a random person, but I really appreciate that. When and do you plan on coming out with any merch? That's a great question. I've been thinking about for a long time. I have so many ideas for things that I would love to do as far as like clothing and stuff like that goes. My only issue is that I really want to do it the right way. I'd rather find like a local clothing designer to work with directly than just go to like a print shop or something like that and just like go online and like get a little image. I I really I take fashion and like clothing and stuff like pretty serious. Ever since I was a kid, I used to like design clothes in school. And I'd much rather work with like a small clothing designer or something like that and churn out like 100 things in a year and break even and not even make anything off of that than like crank out a whole bunch of stuff that I just like put together and get a bunch of money back from it. Um, if I put out merch, I really want it to be something that I like can put my stamp on. And that's as far as like t-shirts and like clothing goes. I really do have ideas for stuff. I just need to find the right people to work with. But yeah, I would like to put out merch at some point, definitely. Were you your sister's inspiration for van life or was she yours? That's a good question. I honestly never thought about doing van life until it kind of just happened to me. I was living in LA for a few years, but my sister's always loved the idea of like traveling around and stuff like that. When I was still when I still had my mind on moving to LA and becoming like a big musician. So she definitely was the first person to ever have a travel bug, and she would often just like go jump in her car and travel. And I never understood like why she did that um, until I started doing it too. So yeah, she was definitely the first person in the family that was more of the nomad type at heart. But I just happened to be the one that could like leave to go do it. Obviously, I don't have any children or anything like that, which makes it a lot easier. But yeah, my sister was definitely the first one to have that desire to like hit the road and just like drive and travel and go see stuff. Why don't I ever hear Lars meow? That's a question that people always ask because some people will like watch me forever and then realize that they've never heard Lars make a noise. And the reason for that is because Lars, I mean, he doesn't really meow. I remember when I first got him at 2 months old, I was in my apartment in LA and I was like working on some music and I was like at my computer and I was like hyper focused and like the music wasn't even loud. It wasn't loud at all. It was like moderate noise for like an apartment kind of surrounding. He hears his name being called, and here he's about to come over here. But I was like locked in for I don't know how long, but I pressed pause, and I was just like staring at my computer, and then I was like, "What am I hearing?" And I looked down, and little baby Lars was just staring at me like meowing his heart out, and it was so low. Like, even staring at him, I was like, is that you? Like, he has the lowest meow, and he rarely meows. I mean, he meows every day, but compared to other cats, it's like rare. He might meow like 3 times a day, and it's very, very low. And it's usually just around me. So I think one other person, maybe 2 other people, have heard Lars meow. Hey, Buffy, you hear your name being called? Oh, big stretch. Wow. All right, let's answer some more questions, okay? Hi, Mateo. I love watching you and Lars. Question: would you consider buying land for a homestead base in the near future? Um, I think when I find where I want to stay, that's when I'll, and obviously when I have the money to do so, that's when I'll buy land. I really do want to buy land at some point. I'd love to start a homesteading journey. Only thing holding me back right now is just like having the capital for it and knowing where I'd want to invest in. Because honestly, I don't really think I want to live in the South. At least not like the South South where it's hot. Like, where half of the year or more is like unbearably hot for me, and I don't like being hot. So like if it's like 80 degrees in like October, I'm mad. So I love places like NorCal and Oregon, where like even in like July it's like 78 degrees, instead of like 99 degrees or 101. That's more of the area, the kind of temperature vibes that I'd go for. But I just want to find where I'd be happy to live, and I don't know that yet. So we'll see. Do you ever get scared when you stop in random little towns like the last one that gave me Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibes? Have you ever felt so uncomfortable you had to hurry up and leave a location? Um, the area that you're talking about where I stopped at the gas station to get gas, there was definitely some sketchiness vibes happening there. There was like I parked to edit my vlog, and this like truck came up from behind me with their lights blared on me, and they like got right behind me and they revved their engine a few times. I I mean, they literally drove. I saw them drive from behind me, so they didn't like see me or anything. They just saw that my van was a van life van and that it was on. Um, and I think they were thinking that I was trying to like post up there to like sleep for the night. It was pretty late, so they rolled up on me and they like revved their engine a few times, and then they eventually like, drove off. Um, that kind of stuff doesn't scare me, because I have ways to protect myself, and I don't know, that kind of energy doesn't ever scare me, but it does. I mean, I'm not stupid. I also was like, okay, yeah, let's go ahead and get out of here. I was definitely not planning on staying in that town anyways, because I got weird vibes the moment I got there. But that gave me a little more incentive to hurry up editing so I can get out of there. Are you in love? Are you in love with the last person that was in your van? Um, you mean Lars? Um, I'll go ahead and take a shot to that. Uh, oh, this next question is from ZZ Desire. Girl, she said, "Have you ever gotten sleepy with anyone we've seen on your channel?" Sleepy? I don't even know what that. I mean, sleepy? Like, what do you mean by that? Have I ever gotten sleepy? Like tired? Yeah, plenty of times. Sleepy? I don't know. I don't know what you mean by that, ZZ. You got to be more direct next time. Next question is from Adventure Time Louie. What's up, Louie? Where is the worst place to van life you've ever been? Worst place. this is gonna Oklahoma City. When I first went there, I was like, I hate this place. Like I've never more quickly gone to a place and been like, I don't like anything about this place. Um, so yeah, Oklahoma City. I'm sorry if you're from there. I don't really know. I never really spent much time there, but the times that I have gone through there, I've gone straight through. I just don't like the vibe. Um, this next question is from my friend Gabby. Have you ever shaved your armpits? Yes. Definitely have shaved my armpits before. Um, a few times probably. I don't know why, but yeah, I did back in the day. I haven't in forever though. Um, next question is from Dolly. What's up, Dolly? Are you a 5-second rule guy? Have you ever eaten food that fell on the floor? I'm not sure if she's asking me that question because we did stay in the van together for like a week. I don't think I did that. I don't think I would have done that. Also, in general, no. If I drop food, it depends on what I drop. Like if I buy like a $20 cheeseburger and I drop it on just like the floor, yeah, I'm picking that up. But if I drop it on like the sand or outside on the concrete or ground, probably not. No. But if I drop it on the grass and it's clean grass, it just rained, maybe. It depends on what I drop, to be honest. It really depends. Who was the last person you had a crush on? They're trying to kill me, Bubby. Is your recent uptick in music inspiration inspired by a love interest? That's a good question. um, love interest? I think love in general, yes. Love in general, yes. I've been feeling a lot of love this year. That's been making me fall back in love with music. And that's been everything from the people that I've met to like the Kendrick Lamar beef. Honestly, has done a lot for me this year. I'm not even gonna lie. But yeah, love is a big part of that. So take that however you will. All right, guys, I'm gonna find one more question. I'm getting tired. And a lot of these questions are just like crazy inappropriate. My family would be watching this, y'all. So like maybe one day I'll do like an Instagram live Q&A where my family will not be watching and y'all can ask me all the crazy questions you want. But I can't read this knowing that my mom and my nieces and nephews are watching. Y'all, shame. Shame. Okay, I'll answer a couple more. This one says, why do you include your own food in your ratings? You made it. You're automatically gonna think it's better. That's not necessarily true. I've made things that I don't think are good at all. A lot of times I know exactly what I want to taste. So it's easier for me to make something for myself that's gonna hit better than someone else might be able to make for me. All right, I'm gonna try to find one or two more. Do you ever imagine getting married and starting a family one day? That's a good question. You done, Bubby? Um, it's not a thing that I see in my like near future at the very least. Like I said, I still have a lot more to explore and do and see and experience. And for instance, I've never even been out of the country. And that's way closer in my like world of possibilities than like getting married or like children or something like that would be. I have a lot more I want to accomplish, and that's really all I can say about that. I don't like have any like strong feelings at this moment on that subject. But yeah. Oh, this one says, please tell us the scary camping story that you never told. I meant to get to that, guys. I'm sorry. I definitely can't tell it in this video. This video is probably already way too long. But I definitely will get that done for you guys. It's not like a crazy story or anything. It was just like something that I didn't expect. It was honestly like a crazy night. Definitely the scariest night that I've had while doing van life. But that's gonna be its own thing. But I'll try to get that out to you guys like pretty soon. All right, I think we'll end off this question because all the questions are kind of seem the same. This one at least tries to go for like a different angle. Are you hiding a secret relationship from us? Merry Christmas, guys. I love you all. Thank you for watching. You guys make my year every single year. I hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah. Cheers. Oh. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve, and Lars is excited to get all of his gifts. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for me, guys. That's all I got. A lot of good questions. A lot of there's definitely a lot more naughty questions than nice. But I definitely wasn't trying to get my stomach pumped tonight, so didn't answer all of those. But maybe I'll go live. I think I'm gonna go live on Christmas Eve, and maybe you guys can chill out in there and we can talk more in depth about some things. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider hitting the subscribe button, like button, notifications, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, peace.